Alright, let's do the toy. Let's try out this new theme. We're doing toys, or whatever it's called. I think it's called toys. Oh, the all white look. Too bright. Too bright for my eyes. Too bright. Too bright. They need a dark mode for this. My eyes. My eyes. The gang's all here. Yes. Should we play the new Mario Kart just came out. Oh, this is so... Oh... I don't know if I like this. It's like so... Like, the pieces are hard to see. Alright, the sound effects, not quite feeling it. Okay. The pieces are kind of hard to see. Alright, no wonder why I've never seen this on stream. No contrast. This was actually, if you've ever played Project M, one of my big beefs with it was the fact that what happened was people would make palette alternate colors for the characters, and like they wouldn't consider like the background very well, so like you wouldn't be able to see a lot of the characters in PM. And that was like one of my minor grips about PM, was that people would make all these skins for characters and like they look cool on their own, but when you play them in like an actual game, like with like different colored backgrounds and everything, like they become really hard to see. And that's like how I feel about this. I'm an old man. God, I feel like I'm old for complaining about contrast in a video game. But yeah, I'm not really feeling the skin. But we'll see. We'll make it work. We'll try to win. Oh, you disconnected. Rough. I like the chip sounds. Like, they sound like poker chips. But the contrast is not very good. I'll say that much. I'm not going to complain about it that much, but I am going to make mental note. It is hard to see the pieces. I'll get used to it. I kind of feel like the Game Boy theme was kind of like that initially. For different reasons, but yeah. You're gonna mod J-Stress into Tetris 99. I feel like the moment that happens, you guys will probably get a lawsuit. You don't want your indie projects to get too big, is what I've learned. Because once it gets too big, and you're using a Nintendo product, then you get noticed, and then you get DMCA'd. And you don't want to get DMCA'd. It's funny because with my first introduction to Nintendo, it was during the it was during the time that the Smash 4 Invitational was going to happen, where they invited 16 players, and most of them ended up being Melee players. So I got introduced to them, and they're like, "Oh, like we'd be interested to have you on stage." I'm like, "Oh wow, that's amazing! Like I would love to like be a part of this experience of, you know, being able to like share and about Smash 4 at the time." And so I got, and then Coolfire just said to me, "Thank you so much." So I'm like, yes, like I'm a potential candidate maybe. Some people are like saying like, I'm gonna get a heads up, I'm gonna get a phone call from like Nintendo, and I'm like, oh sick, like I never thought this was ever gonna happen. This is before like Nintendo was like really involved. So this is like a whole new experience for us. You know, everybody was really giddy and excited. So I get the call from Nintendo, a Nintendo rep, and he does the usual. He says like, blah blah blah, like everything is super secretive. Like, do you agree not to share anything in this call before announcements happen. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, sure. And then like he goes like, okay, cool. And then we start talking, and he goes like, I really loved your match analysis videos of Toon Link versus Ganon, and then I was like thinking like, what did I do? And it turned out to be somebody sent me an analysis, or like asked me to do a VOD review of their Project M match, and this is like Nintendo talking to me, so it was like, it didn't really dawn on me that what I did was like gonna be like, could be seen as like very bad, that I'm like streaming about and talking about a modded game. But the Nintendo rep was like, oh yeah, like I learned a lot from that VOD review, like that's awesome, like I love that you do that content. And I was like, okay. And that was like my first introduction to Nintendo, was them like being okay, like being like excited to watch my match analysis videos of Project M. So obviously we saw the landscape of where Project M is today, for better or worse, unfortunately. So yeah, so it turns out that on an individual basis, a lot of the Nintendo people actually like a lot of the mods that are on the market. They play it, not publicly, they won't say it publicly, but they're fans. So I always found that to be very interesting. But yeah, so now you're wondering, well, so I talked to Nintendo, and if you guys remember, I wasn't on the stage, so it was kind of a little bit of a tease, unfortunately. I was a substitute, meaning that if any of the original 16 participants got sick, then I would step in and take over. But, you know, back then, no one's gonna, like, even if someone were actually sick, there's like no way a person would refuse such a great opportunity to like be a part of that whole thing. So I was just like, so no one got sick, and oh gosh, am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. So overall, I don't like this skin. I didn't even get to play the ending of it, but I'm not going to play it again. This is like this is a really bad skin. Color contrast is really important. This is way too bright, and I'm also an old man. Thank you. That's my review on this. I'm going to switch back skins. I can't play on this. It hurts my eyes too much. Alright.